You know, these weathermen are so overrated. They get paid for nothing. I know everybody thinks they're so important when the hurricane season is along or thunderstorms. But I'm telling you, they are overrated. These meteorologists, they call themselves. I'm your host, the Doctor of Common Sense, E.T. Williams. You know, weathermen just seem to be so overrated. I compare weathermen. You ever seen the guy in school that didn't get a prom date? He didn't get any attention in school. Now you can tell the weathermen are so excited because he's getting attention now. They love storms. It's almost like they're excited when a storm's coming, a hurricane's coming, because then they get attention. And he's usually paid a lot of money. He's reading a big computer, or I don't care if they call it a Doppler or whatever you want to call it. And they're so educated, but they're always getting the freaking weather wrong. Nobody can miss as much as the weather people but politicians. And people are still excited and listening to them with great expectations as if they're correct. Just notice how excited they get when the weather is being talked about. When it's finally their turn, they're sitting over there in the corner like a little freaking kid. And then, especially if there's a couple of women on the stage, they'll say, "Now, Tom, we're going to you. What do you think about the weather?" Tom gets his little bitty stick out. He's got that remote control in his hand. He's going up and down on the board, telling you about atmospheres and hypersensitive showers spreading over the forecast. And he's mashing that little button, and he's talking about a whole bunch of nonsense. All you want is the freaking weather. Tell me the day's forecast, tomorrow's forecast, and the day after that forecast. But he can't do that. He has to get your attention with all this hullabaloo about nothing. Tell me the freaking weather. And then he can get it wrong the very next day he comes back. You think he remembered he just got it wrong? Well, the day we're going to have such and such. What do you have for me today, Tom? Well, we have such and such. And look at this atmosphere. And then you can see the dew pressure. What the hell is you talking about? I need to know the weather. Well, it's actually 100 degrees, but it feels like 105. If it feels like 105, damn it, it's 105. I don't care whatever it feels like to me. And I want to know how they came up with that. It's 100 degrees, you said it feels like 105. Well, if it feels like 105, why isn't it 105? What'd you do? Get a guy to stand up in the sun and tell you, well, what does it feel like to you, John? It feels like 105. Was 100. It feels like 105. These meteorologists are so overrated. They are. And they so happy they getting attention. Didn't get a prom date, did you? So they're excited to get all the attention on them. Now, meteorology is the disciplinary scientific study of the atmosphere. So what does a meteorologist do? Study the weather patterns? And he's still getting it wrong. That's what gets me. How can you use such equipment, be so educated, and still gets it wrong this many times? Just notice how excited he is when a storm is coming. And he just get that smile on his face. Well, what about that storm out there, Tom? Well, it's pretty bad there, Melanie. Well, Jane, is going to be pretty bad there. You make sure you bundle up. We're going to get a severe thunderstorm. Could you give me some details? When does it hit? Next day, well, that pressure pushed that thunderstorm back. It didn't hit us like I thought it was going to hit us. You can get any high school dropout to be a weather person. Read the Doppler. Look at the screen. You don't have to talk for 5 minutes. He can wrap that thing up in about 30 seconds. Tomorrow's forecast is this. The next day forecast is this. No rain. Back at you, Tom. Why are we talking long periods of time about nothing these weather people do? I'm convinced that most weathermen didn't get much play when they were in school, or they didn't get much attention when they were in school. Now it's all about them. Everybody's looking at me for attention. I bet he go home and tell his wife, yeah, I had to go there and we had to study the weather patterns. I got on the meteorologist's website and we discussed this in the open forum. Please give me some more sleeping pills so I can go to sleep. Absolutely want to put somebody to sleep. Let a weatherman talk for about 30 minutes. We'll put anybody to sleep. They're just so into what they were saying. No, nobody's interested in what you're saying. All we want to know is the freaking weather. Why did they talk so long about nothing? Okay, there is pollen in the air. Gotcha. Why do they talk so much? Just notice the weather, people. Oh, he is so excited to be attention now. Absolutely blows my mind, the weather people.